Hey guys, Pods here on the PBE, here to show you guys a preview of a rather absurd item, Titanic Hydra. So this is part of the whole Juggernaut update. You guys are probably familiar with by this point. I've been uploading a lot of videos. So I'm just going to preface this by saying the Titanic Hydra numbers seem slightly out of whack right now. I wouldn't get too excited about balance and like, oh my god, Ryan, what are you doing? This is horrendously overpowered. It's really early public test drum stuff. Expect this to be nerfed, and if it's changed drastically, I'll let you guys know. But yeah, let's just kind of look at the stats here. It builds out of Tiamat, another Tiamat item, so it's kind of paired with Ravenous Hydra in a sense. Ravenous Hydra. Now there is Titanic Hydra. So for 2,900 gold, no, it's 3,300 gold. Okay, it's the same cost. Gives 250 health, 50 attack damage, 100% base HP regen, and it has some similar sort of passive stuff. Basic attacks deal 20 plus 1% of your maximum health as bonus physical damage on hit. So, deals quite a bit of damage there. Just to show you guys, this is obviously kind of an absurd build. I do have practically a billion HP sitting here, well, almost 6,000 HP, but it's Scion, so it's not really that weird. So just to show you guys, currently I'm dealing basic attacks deal 77 bonus physical damage on hit. Now this doesn't obviously stack with any kind of ratios or anything, so it's purely an auto attack thing. But yeah, from just this item, every auto attack currently Scion deals 127 extra damage. So it has a few more things going for it. Unique passive, Cleave, much like its Ravenous Hydra counterpart, except slightly different. Basic attacks deal 40 plus 2.5% of your maximum health as physical damage in a cone on hit. The target does not take this damage. So target does not take this damage, means it just doesn't, double up with its other passive. So you're not, hitting everything in a cone twice, sort of thing. Hold on a second, my brain. Let me just check my base. Let's get me back to it. No, okay, no, we're good. So we're okay, yeah. Unique active Crescent. So again, it's unique passive, so you can't get both of these and just kind of spam them. Ravenous Hydra and Titanic Hydra. Your next basic attack deals physical damage equal to 20 plus 10% of your maximum health in a larger cone. 20-second cooldown. Cleave does not or doesn't apply to this attack. So yeah, you don't get double everything all the time, every hit. So let me just show you guys on. Let me find a large minion wave or something.
How many battles have I won?
The damage is going to be pretty absurd. Again, this is a weird build, and you would be assuming super fed Scion and all that. But let me just stack up a minion wave this way, so I can show you the cone.
It gnaws.
Come on, minion wave, where you at? Let me just stack everything up here on me like this. So I hit this like that. There's a cone. Now watch the active. It just wipes out minion waves because it deals stupid amounts of damage. As you can see, it deals 500, basically 600 damage in a cone. So that would stack with the auto attack. Just to show you guys the basic damage against one target here. Also, no, it is 20 seconds, so it is double the cooldown of Ravenous Hydra, but this damage. 300 plus, practically 600. I'm doing like almost 900, it was about 800 damage on an auto attack with Scion. And granted, I do have a lot of offensive items here mixed in as well, but I mean, they're basically hybrid items. They're very defensive in nature and give you a lot of bonus. Well, Titanic Hydra doesn't really give you too much in terms of defense, but this is interesting. Now, again, since the numbers are currently so out of whack, it's really hard to assess the item too much. My main concern is that it's a dangerous item, in sort of the sense that, well, let me tell you a brief story. Back before season one, like pre-season one, when I first started playing, I spammed the champion Mordekaiser from level 10 to 30 nonstop. Simply because there are a couple reasons. Mordekaiser was just overpowered at the time. He's a lot better than basically he's ever been. And at the time, items worked in a way that sort of allowed Mordekaiser specifically to spec defensively, but also at the same time it gave him a lot of offensive power. So basically I was kind of, it was one of those, have your cake and eat it too situations. So the danger of this item here is it allows you to build defensively while still getting offensive power. Now, I mean, it can be done fine if you balance it correctly, but it's almost like what I've complained about in the past with Riven, where sort of Riven has she sort of double dips. You get the you spec very offensively or buy very offensive items, and our shield or defensive thing scales off of offense. So you're scaling offensively and defensively at the same time. It's extreme synergy, just very efficient in terms of how to build. This is just sort of more of that. Now, Scion is a bit of an extreme case of that. Again, this is a weird build assuming extreme fedness, but at the same time, it's not entirely out of line for a Scion build. You know, maybe you'd mix in a bit more defensive armor stuff, or, you know, whatever. But, you know, at the same time, I do have practically 6,000 HP, and even though I don't have a hell of a lot of armor and, you know, MR and stuff like that, if you happen to get any auras from anyone else, or, you know, even if you don't, it's still almost 6,000 HP. You got to chop through all that. And meanwhile, he's hitting you practically, you know, when the passive is up, or rather the active is up, it's practically 1,000 damage on the auto, and, you know, it's great fun. I'll show you this again, guys. Like, just watch me kill this wave. Well, it's gone. And, you know, it's great fun while you're doing it, but at the same time might not be so much fun, you know, when you're the guy being hit by, you know, crap tons of damage by a Scion who has almost 6,000 HP. So I don't know. We'll see how this goes. You know, I don't want to, again, talk too much about balance. And in addition to that, I know I would always, or not always, but I typically like to, at the end of the video, sort of, with new items, talk about, well, who would you know, this item be good on, kind of thing. And at the moment, the answer is just basically everyone, or not, basically anyone who would build Ravenous Hydra, Tiamat, or Titanic Hydra is probably going to be better. And even people who don't typically build Tiamat, you might want to consider building Titanic Hydra. A good example of this would be Jarvan. For example, Jarvan, I build, I basically, for those of you not familiar with what I do with Jarvan, when I'm playing serious, I play Jarvan, and I build him almost what I like to call Assassin Jarvan, where he's like tons of attack damage, you know, maybe some defensive items, depending on the game is going. And a lot of that comes from the fact that Ravenous Hydra has a really high base attack, or bonus attack damage, 75. That's a lot of attack damage. By comparison, not a huge amount less, but it is 25 less. So, you know, that would typically allow someone, or make someone consider shying away from Titanic Hydra and getting Ravenous Hydra, because Jarvan works off of bonus attack damage, not total attack damage. And so he has really good ratios. You know, you poke people down to the Q. He's got good ratios on his ult. This item is so absurd right now, I'd probably completely disregard that. Just go Titanic Hydra, jump on people, you know, use the Crescent active, and just kind of kill everyone. So, well, that's the thing. And obviously you don't get the lifesteal that Ravenous Hydra has, but kind of seems like whatever at this point. Anyway, I'll keep you guys posted on this. If this item changes drastically, I might make another video on it, or maybe just update the description below or something. But I'm sure you guys will, you know, see in the patch notes that it's not going to quite be this. At least I imagine so. And I hope so, because, you know, if they don't change this, we're probably going to be seeing a League of Titanic Hydra for a couple weeks. Anyway, we don't really want a League of Black Cleavers incident all over again. At least this one doesn't stack. Alright, that's enough for me. See you guys around. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.